with Edward.
You know, and the thing is with these guys, you know, they're not the high-end, real highly skilled, yes, but not real. They just work hard, and that's where their leadership comes from.
BC with a little bit of speed. Both these teams are very good transition teams. Obviously, that has been the mantra for Jerry York's teams through the years. We know all about the talent range, players going to the professional ranks, graduation. They surprised everybody by their great start, going unbeaten at the start of the season in their first 9 games, 8 wins in that stretch.
Oh, yeah. Both teams can skate, and when you can skate and you turn a puck over, you get it going the other way, and, you know, you're going to create odd man rushes. And that's why both these teams, you know, they're careful, but yet they're...
Off the turnover, it's deflected back behind the net. Lowell trying to get organized with Zink, one of their talented defensemen, but now a turnover in their own zone, and BC sensing a little that Lowell's on their heels, bringing the forecheck and bringing the contact. A couple of hits on the near boards. McGinnis tried to flip it towards the net. Now in the corner, Zach Walker, freshman. And Lowell trying to break out, but they'll send it all the way down the ice.
Well, you can have the mentality of trying to survive the first 10 minutes and let things settle down. BC has taken the opposite approach. They're attacking early in this game. The majority of the play in the first three and change here has been in the Lowell end. They're attacking, as you mentioned, they're getting in on the forecheck, created a couple turnovers, created a couple shots. That's what they got to continue to do to build that confidence and build that momentum and take this crowd away.
As Pat mentioned a few moments ago, you know, you're all in here on BC, and Jerry York shuffled up his lines a little bit, trying to find some sort of spark, and I don't think we're going to see BC rolling 4 lines here tonight.
No, and you know, it's about, he talked about the TV timeouts, so that preserves some energy for some of the guys, and you know, it helps them because they may not have as much depth because of that. Their whole fourth line is pretty much freshmen, and
Edward carries in, drops it, but a misconnection, and Boston College trying to do something in transition, but skating back on the puck was Gambardella, who has been outstanding for the Riverhawks.
And let's face it, Eric, when it comes down to a game like this, when you have a chance to play, you have to rely on the guys that got you here, your veteran guys, and so they're gonna see a lot of minutes tonight, and rightly so. And if you win, that's going to be the reason why you win.
Riverhawks carried out. Junior Tyler Mueller sending deep, and now Lowell will try to bring the forecheck. Backhanded in deep by Ryan Lowen. Comes back to the far point. Kick save. Best chance of the night so far for the Riverhawks. You can see BC, though, they were trying to counter quickly, but picked right back up by Lowell. Taken back by Michael Kim, whose shot is deflected up into the netting. Well, these two teams certainly going in opposite directions right now. For Norm Bay's end, they had a lull where they lost 4 in a row. They had won 7 in a row, then they lost 4 in a row, and he wanted to see how they would handle that adversity.
Yeah.
I'd say they came out of it okay because they haven't lost since that losing streak.
Well, look at that, 30 goals and only giving up 13 in the last 6. And on the other hand, you look at Boston College, 18 goals in the last 6 games. That's not enough, especially in a league like Hockey East where, you know, you've got a lot of skill and you've got a lot of guys who can put it away. So you've got to be able to score goals. It's
really remarkable. Boston College has led the standings since the start of league play. They're in a position here on the last game of the regular season. These two teams played on Thursday, of course, so there's no game on Saturday, that they can win the regular season title. But they are holding on for dear life to that #1 spot.
It's amazing. You know, they've just gone through a stretch where, you know, they stop scoring. And once you stop scoring, then you start fighting a little bit, and you question yourself, and then you try to do a little bit extra instead of just, you know, keeping it simple and doing the things that got you there. And sometimes you need a little reminder, just how did I do this, and what do I got to do to get back to that? And it's amazing if you go back to doing what you were doing, how things work out.
Here comes McPhee. McPhee, the 4th line left wing. We've seen the 4th line out here a couple times. Delayed offside, now cleared back out towards center ice. Boston College and UMass-Lowell scoreless. If BC wins, they will be the regular season champions in Hockey East and be the #1 seed in the Hockey East tournament. Lowell playing for a lot here, too. They want to get home ice in the quarterfinal round of the tournament, get a first round bye. We have our first penalty of the night, and it's called against UMass-Lowell, and BC's power play, which has struggled, will be on the ice. It's going to be an interference call on senior Evan Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell last night took a bad penalty in front of the net, a cross-check, and here, puck was up in the air, and he just gave a little nudge to the Boston College defender and gets called.
Boston College has struggled to score in all situations. They have struggled mightily on the power play. They are down to just under 15% on the season. That's 10th overall. They are over 4 Thursday night.
And don't we know, specialty teams win and lose games for you. And if you're not scoring, I mean, that's a big difference. Look at Lowell right now. They're almost at 28% on their power play, and they've won 6 in a row.
Boston College with possession on the man advantage. Penalty kill for Lowell's been outstanding. They've killed 14 in a row. Offside to Casey Fitzgerald, now back behind the net. No shots on goal yet. BC continues to work it around. Now Fitzgerald takes a shot and is blocked before it gets there by the outstanding senior captain, Michael Kapla. Eagles still have it. Cangelosi. Set up to White. White, another one blocked. This time it's blocked by Chris Forney, who scored a goal last night at Kelly Ray. Angelosi's shot didn't get all the way through to the goaltender, but goal cannot clear. Savage pressured as it knocked off his stick, and now UMass-Lowell could change the penalty killers. Play is onside. Quick turnaround back the other way, and a save made by Tyler Wall.
Well, that shot was taken off of a transition play, but the power play for BC, moving the puck around real well, but none of the shots were getting to the net. They must have took 2 or 3 shots. Here we're going to first take a look at the opportunity. Little turnover in the neutral zone. Colton's going to get the puck here and get the shot, but the save, Tyler Wall holds his ground and makes a good save. But BC, again, as I mentioned, moving the puck around well, and what Lowell did tonight, what they've done so far, and last night, they block a lot of shots, they get a lot of passing lanes. Very, very good penalty kill.
Lowell sends it back down the ice. That's it for the BC power play. They had the one shot on goal, and as Pat pointed out, a lot of block shots. Now back the other way, going up high, and just missing the mark was Matthew Goodrow. We'll take a timeout. First period scoreless here in Lowell.
We're this excited that Roll Up is back for Canada's big year with prizes like new Honda Civic Coupes.
Netting, but hey, BC has come out and played a very strong period thus far on the road, knowing what's at stake. Their focus seems to be there, and you know, having a good start.
Scoring chances, a 3-1 edge so far for the Riverhawks. And then streaking into the zone was C.J. Smith, who has been hard to stop, but BC stopped him in the slot.
Well, listen, this top line for Lowell is, you know, is something that Norm Brazen really, really relies on, and they're good. They do the majority of scoring. As you take a look at Michael Kim. Well, watch Smith here, right over the blue line, puts a nice little move on and defended well there by Michael Kim.
He's been outstanding. The sophomore from Toronto has played in each game. He is leading the Eagles in plus-minus, and he came up with a pretty good hit on C.J. Smith, who leads the team in goals with 18.
He moves the puck well. He skates well. You know, he's one of those guys that just, you know, he can play a lot of minutes for you. And you're right, he's been terrific for him.
Boston College wins the draw. Back after it is Tyler Mueller for the Riverhawks. They flip it out of the zone. It comes back through center ice. Won't get all the way down for icing. Scoreless. 11:50 to go in the first period. If Boston College win, they will be regular season champions in Hockey East. A Lowell victory, they'll have to wait and see. Notre Dame knocking off BU at Agganis Arena tonight. Notre Dame with a win tomorrow could finish with 30 points and take the regular season title. Interestingly enough, BC and Notre Dame are 2 teams on the NCAA tournament bubble right now.
They really are. And you know, the playoffs are going to be so important. Obviously, tonight is a big game for BC, not only for potentially winning the league, but moving up in the pairwise. When you beat a team that's number 7 in the pairwise, you're going to move up. So it's a big game in that sense.
The Eagles came into the night tied for 19th in the pairwise.
And let's explain. They're 10 at-large berths and 6 conference tournament champions who make round out the field of 16.
19's not going to cut it.
No.
Boston College keeping the pressure on. That's deflected through traffic. Puck bouncing around and hit the pipe again. Backhander went just wide. May have been deflected. That's the second pipe of the period for Boston College.
Boy, you know, and they're doing what Jerry York wanted them to do. Take it hard to the net, get those rebounds. Wall was there, but watch just the hard work down low. As you see, Cotton hit one off the post, and then another one by Cangelosi. This line has been good here in this first period. Wall makes the first save, and there Cotton right on the doorstep. And off the pipe, but good hard work by the Eagles in this first period.
And the follow-up shot on the outside of the pipe as well. So that's 3 pipes so far here in the first 10 minutes.
Well, the guys are getting the message. I mean, that was the message, you know, going into this game. And well, you look at the shot attempts in this period, 15-1 for BC. So they are having a period. And you can say Lowell is weathering the storm. Good goaltending by Wall.
Shots on goal, 5-1. So that doesn't reflect the 3 pipes and all the block shots.
Yeah.
So that shows you they're getting a lot of shots, but not everything has been on target so far. But this period has belonged to Boston College, and you put it perfectly, Pat. Lowell just trying to weather the storm here in the first period as the Eagles playing some desperate hockey. They played well here in the first 10 and a half.
And don't you think, Eric?
Trying to turn it back on goal. Another save made. That's the 6th save in the period for the freshman, Tyler Wall.
That sometimes when you're in a position where it's do or die, you hate to say do or die, but something on the line, like it is tonight for Boston College, you get ramped up a little bit. And I think, you know, that was the focus of the conversation in the locker room before the game. And I think this team is showed up and ready to play.
Back after it is Matthias Skorensen for the Riverhawks, and now Chris Forney. Little speed through center ice. Kenny Hausinger broken up. Boston College turns it back the other way.
Boy, that neutral zone, a lot of turnovers have been created. Boston College is not allowing Lowell to get any type of momentum heading into the zone. I'm sure Lowell's going to take a look at that.
When the puck off the board, here comes a shot, bouncing puck, went high and wide. Follow-up still possessed by BC. Eagles buzzing here. Cangelosi, who's dangerous, another block by the Riverhawks. They are paying the price here in the first period, and it's kept the game scoreless.
Right now, BC is just completely outworking Lowell in all areas of the ice.
Ryan Fitzgerald turns it and a save made. Well, Fitzgerald, one of the seniors. I feel like the seniors were challenged after last night's game by Jerry York. They made some mistakes. There were turnovers. The leadership has to be there in a game like this from your seniors.
Yeah.
And I think we've seen that in these opening moments.
Boy, you know, and they want to win another championship. There's pride in this thing. And, you know, the good thing for Lowell is that the score is still 0-0, but they're going to have to, you know, they're going to have to get their game back because they're not skating right now, and their passes aren't sharp, and it's just they're getting the puck and getting rid of it. But boy, you got to credit the way BC has come out and really, really challenged this team.
Stoppage of play with 7:27 to go in a scoreless first period here at the Saga Center.
Cue it up for this kid.
BC stands, but you know that they have the team. They feel good about their team. They like their team, and they are a good hockey team. You know, you get to a point in time where you struggle a little bit, and that's what they have to do, try to get out of this
Well,
and get
they're
going.
a victim of their lack of success in non-league play. 5 wins, 8 losses, and a tie.
That kills you. No,
it was an anchor.
Yeah, non-conference kills you. I know they played Minnesota early in the year, and they got, they gave up a couple late goals to lose that game. So it's teams like that.
Good aggressive play by UMass-Lowell off the face-off. Wilson comes in. Save made by Wall. Little jump from UMass-Lowell out of that timeout. Marin got knocked down. Crowd, a sellout crowd, wanted a cross-checking penalty called. Nothing called against the Eagles. Centering pass comes back out to McGinnis at the point. One-timer, misconnection on that shot from Scott Savage. Looking up is Marin, freshman from Shrewsbury, Mass. UMass-Lowell trying to get possession of the puck, but this puck has belonged to Boston College in the first period.
Well, one thing is evident, and I don't care if you're Ray Bork or Bobby Orr or whoever. If you put pressure on a defenseman, it makes it very, very difficult for them to make a good pass and get out of the zone. And that's what BC is doing right now. They're just smothering the Lowell defensemen and not allowing them to make any type of plays to get out of their zone cleanly.
Lowell changes up. Here comes Boston College with Savage. McGinnis broke it up, but he gets it back. Puck was just bouncing BC's way as well, although this time it's going to be an icing call as Kaplow wins the race to the dot, so they'll bring the faceoff down into the Boston College zone. Teams met last night at Kelly Rink. 4-1 was the final. UML scored off of 2 BC turnovers in the defensive zone, one when BC couldn't clear the zone, and Norm Bazin wasn't very thrilled with how his team started the game last night. Didn't think they played great overall, but they played well enough to win 4-1 on the road.
You find ways to win, and when you start to win, there's a feeling on the bench saying, yeah, we're going to win this. We'll get it done. Somehow we'll find a way, because you're confident, you trust each other, you got each other's backs, and that's what happens when teams get on a roll. On the flip side of that, Boston College, you're kind of looking at each other like, are you going to do it? Am I going to do it? Who's going to get us going?
Hand pass stops play, 5:46 to go. Scoreless in the first here at Lowell.
Are you single?
Yes, I am.
Are you on Match?
No.
Do you know anybody?
We're number 2, but number 1 is still available. And that's kind of the message. They know they have a chance to win a championship, and they're going with that. He was, you know what? He was very calm and very happy before the game. And, when you have that calming feeling, it resonates to the kids also.
When you've been a head coach for 45 years at the college level.
He's seen it all, right?
Yeah, if you're tense, your team's tense. And he used the phrase no one likes to hear after the game last night. We were squeezing our sticks a little tight.
Right.
If you're going to look like that in the locker room, it's going to be an issue. A player is down for BC in front of the Lowell bench.
And that's Matthew Goudreau.
Goudreau, the senior.
You're right in the neutral zone here, and these hits happen so much.
Elbow from Mueller.
Up high. Oh, yeah. You can see that. That left arm just give a little shot to the head there.
Now, there was no penalty called. Goudreau is still down. Goudreau is the Eagles leader in points on a team with very balanced scoring. And one of those seniors.
Yeah, now watch Goudreau coming through the neutral zone here, and Mueller right there throws up that left arm and right into the head of Goudreau.
That's contact to the head. I mean, that's something that trying to protect players, and
that I tell you what, that shook him up. That is, he is still down, and it was just a quick little jab. If we can take another look at that and watch right at the end here. Watch right at the end here as Goudreau's going to come through, and right now you're going to see that left elbow go right, and that was right in front of the linesman. And I don't know how they missed that. I do not know how they missed that. It's good to see Matthew get up.
Well, it's good to see him go to the bench instead of going right to the dressing room. We'll skate 5-on-5.
Now, Tyler Mueller is going to get away, which could have been a major penalty and a game misconduct.
So we'll keep an eye on that BC bench, but it doesn't look like we'll see Matthew Goodrow anytime soon. We hope it's nothing significant, but it's one of those in this era of just being so concerned about head injuries and concussions. You don't want to jump to conclusions.
You know, and he would be a big loss for this Boston College team. 30 points on the season and plays a power play.
Inside of 5 minutes, I'm sorry, Pat, inside of 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Somehow it is scoreless. One of the big reasons, even though BC has dominated possession, they've taken a lot of shots. Not a lot of shots have gotten through to the freshman goaltender for UMass-Lowell, Tyler Wall.
And it seems the ones that have gone off the pipe. I think we've had 3 pipes here, or 2 pipes here in this first period.
Our guys in the tape room say it's 3 pipes in the period. And the guys who have their fingers on the instant replay machines are always right.
They are. And we thank them for that.
Colin White tries to work it around. Lowell unable to get anything going. BC bringing the body a little bit as well. Closing in on 4 minutes to play in the first. Savage flipped it out towards the red line. Now played back for McGinnis. McGinnis will try to get things organized here. Big David Cotton, the big target on the blue line. Now McGinnis. Cotton trying to keep it going forward. Lowell just looks at the puck. BC takes advantage. Backhander, sliding stop defensively by Dylan Zink.
Well, Cangelosi had Cotton on the right side and tried to get it past. Just couldn't get it over the stick of Zink, who made a great defensive play for Lowell.
Savage with the bump on the end boards. Lowell trying to center it. They cannot. That's Brian Domowski working. That came all the way through as John Woll was screened in front, but it wasn't on net. And back out of the zone. BC will try to get a change. That's broken up before it gets all the way through. Flipped back out of the zone by the Boston College Eagles. 18 wins on the season. UMass-Lowell with 21 wins. Fitzgerald in with speed. McPhee circles back around. Shot into traffic, went off of McPhee. Adila sending it back in. There'll be a face-off to the circle to the right of Tyler Wall. Good sliding defensive play by the senior from Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Cangelosi, who's been just terrific all year for BC, pushes the puck ahead and is going to try to make a pass over to Cotton here and just unable to get it over the stick of Dylan Zink, the senior out of Madison, Wisconsin, who's really had a real good career for the Riverhawks.
You know, sometimes on teams, Pat, you say, well, there's their offensive defenseman.
Right.
You got 1 or 2. It seems like everybody on Lowell's got the green light. First and foremost, Zink, who's got 30 points on the season.
Right. You know, I mean, that's the type of style they play. When you're a fast skating team and you've got mobile defensemen and guys who can handle the puck, why not join the play? They do that, but you know, they're pretty good defensively too, as we've seen in this first period, where you know it's been controlled by Boston College, but the inability to get pucks to the net has been an issue.
Warren comes in, sends it in on goal. Wall stick to the side. inside of 2 minutes to play here in the first period. Lowell just can't get it organized to get something of quality on that. Just 3 shots on goal here in the first. Tip back in front. Chipped up, but not all the way out. Goranson kept it in for the Riverhawks. Back behind for Edward. Gambardella. Gambardella continues to work. He is a hard worker. Lowell can't keep it in the zone.
Yeah, and this is a line that's going to either get it done for you, that's going to win you a hockey game if you're Lowell. And
there's a chance trying to stuff it in was Ryan Lohan.
And I asked Jerry York, you know, are you going to put a line on this, try to match up and to slow down that Gambardella line? He said, well, it's kind of tough on the road with the last change, but one of our top 3 lines is going to be out there. And but the key, he said, is to know when they're out there. You got to know what guys are out there, what top line is out there, and then adjust accordingly to the way you play.
Final minute of play here in the first. Scoreless between BC and the Riverhawks. Savage. BC does stay onside, just barely, as Christopher Brown dragged the skate. Comes back up. Savage is going to jump in for Boston College and send it right back in deep to Fitzgerald. Ryan Fitzgerald continues to work. Front grab by UMass-Lowell. 6 seconds to go in the period. Played back, Savage. And that will do it for period number 1. Riverhawks have to feel fortunate that it says 0-0 on the scoreboard after all that pressure BC put on.
Yeah, they didn't create anything offensively, but you know, you look at the scoreboard, it's 0-0. They didn't allow a lot of shots to get to the net. A couple hit the pipe, as we mentioned, but yes, they're very happy to get out of the period 0-0. And BC has to be really, really happy with the way they came out. They were aggressive. They moved the puck well. They just got to find a way to get one in the back of the net.
Scoreless. This is how things work. But you are here. The only way you can present the regular season trophy tonight is if Boston College wins. That's
right.
About all we know
Actually,
right now.
I think technically if they tie, they get guaranteed a piece of it. Right. And our new protocol,
UMass-Lowell scores in the opening seconds of the period as it sneaks through the legs of freshman goaltender Joe Wall. John Edward on
get the pucks in, go after it, get control of it. Puck came to John Edward right about the top of the circle. A turnover here, and it's going to go right to Edward, right at the dot, and he just throws it low on the ice, and it's going to beat the goaltender, Joseph Wall, between the legs to give Lowell a 1-0 lead.
Edward gets his 15th goal of the season. As you know, Pat, we're standing next to one of the finest goaltenders of his generation. In his mind.
Actually, it's my goalie coaching credentials have surpassed my playing credentials.
We're all legends in our own mind.
So I play with a group of guys that they call themselves former legends. They're not even legends anymore.
He never likes to see goals like that, but it's a goal that gets through for a 1-0 lead for UMass-Lowell. So Brian Smith in your office, you've been huddling, you've got all the scenarios worked out. BC can win the regular season title here tonight. They can get a piece of it with the tie. For Lowell, even if they win, they need to wait because Notre Dame could pull the end around and get 30 points with another win over BU.
So the trophy goes to, we actually have 2 trophies now because these scenarios happen like this almost every year. So there's one trophy on its way to BU tomorrow night, and now there's only one game tomorrow that matters, so we can actually bring this one over.
You have to love this at the end of the year because, you know, all the teams, I mean, there's so much parity. The league is so great. Every team, you know, even down to UMass at number 12, you know, everybody competes and everyone can beat anybody on a given night.
Well, Notre Dame still has a chance to win it, and UMass, the 12th team, beat Notre Dame when they came back from Ireland. So, you know, the funny thing is these schedules are made 2 years in advance. So I'd like to stand here next to you and say I knew this was going to happen and schedule the top 4 teams, but
we wouldn't let you do that.
But you do have a rough idea of the types of matchups you want to have in the last weekend of the season with teams that are usually in the mix.
And that's certainly what has happened this weekend with our first game here on ASN, BU and Notre Dame, in this game between BC and UMass-Lowell with a lot on the line. One interesting thing, Joan, I know you know about the history of the league as a 2-on-1 developing back the other way, and that's whistled high and wide of the freshman in gold, is the fact that here's BC out of the pairwise mix right now for the NCAA tournament. I can't remember a team that had a chance to win the regular season title being in a position where they may not make the NCAAs if things didn't fall their way.
I don't know if it's happened in our league. When I was with the ECAC, it happened with Harvard. It has happened a couple of times. And then people start asking, well, why do you always give the automatic qualifier to your tournament champion? The NCAA has a form you have to fill out every year. And every league checks off the box that says tournament winner. Because the theory is, you're right, if you're good enough to win the regular season, you're probably going to be in it. And we want to give the tournament that little extra zest, knowing that if you come late in the season like Northeastern last year, you get hot, win the tournament, you win a bye into the national tournament. So
that certainly seems like, and as Pat just mentioned, anything can happen in this tournament, much like it did last year. That's at least the feel of it, that there's not this clear-cut number one pulling away from it.
I would agree. I mean, we for a while there, we looked like we had a split of like a top 6 or 7 and a bottom 5, but I think that's tightened up as the years go on. We look at Merrimack taking 3 wins over BCBU over 3-week period.
So the playoffs start next week with the opening round. Bye on the line here, obviously, for UMass-Lowell trying to get into the quarterfinal round, all leading up to the annual get-together at the TD Garden.
33rd annual. You go back many years. We were all ECAC at one time before the split of the leagues in the mid-'80s. So there's been a lot of college hockey played on Causeway Street, whether it was Boston Garden, Fleet Center, TD Garden. And I know a lot of hockey fans, and that Friday night of semifinals, and whether they root for these teams or not, the tradition is to go into Boston on that Friday night and see 2 good games. So we've been lucky to get 14,000, 15,000 quite regularly, particularly on our semifinal night.
There's a shot and a save made by Tyler Wall. The rebound comes to the near boards. UMass-Lowell scoring on a goal by John Edward, the junior from Calgary, getting his 15th of the season. It came 19 seconds into the second period, and the Riverhawks pushing up again, and a glove save made by Joe Wall.
Ryan Lowen came down the left side there, and this kid is he's a young player. Tampa Bay draft pick, can really play. Came down, used his speed, went to the left side, and lets a wrister go. Watch him get the puck here in the neutral zone. He's going to get by the defender, gets right to the top of the circle, tries to go high over the glove side of the goaltender, Wall, and Wall is there to make a glove save.
We're talking with Joe Bertagni, hockey's commissioner. The thing I still have trouble getting used to is walking into this building and seeing 5,500 or 6,000
they've done it
here at the Saga Center. It wasn't always like this.
But they've done as good. Well, first of all, when they first started playing here, it was a city-owned building. The Devils had a great contract for the minor league team. They didn't control the boards. They didn't control a lot of the amenities here, but the university took it over. Marty Meehan was the chancellor at the time, and he was a big hockey fan, and he's credited with a lot of the resurgence, along with what Norm has been able to do with the team. But Peter Casey, the marketing people here have done an unbelievable job, and they have now regularly led the league in attendance. And it's just got a good atmosphere, too. When my kids were younger, I loved bringing them to games here.
It's a great place to watch it, and the fact that it's UMass-Lowell's building now, this is truly their home ice, and the fans have turned out here. And it starts with having a great product on the ice, and Norm Bazin 6 for 6 in 20-win seasons as head coach here at UMass-Lowell.
Yeah, and you know, and his teams are funny. You don't remember a lot of the goalies sometimes, like a Hellebuck or last year Boyle. Best players sometimes their goalie, but he just plugs guys into the system. The names change, but the output doesn't change.
Yeah, their style of play is they're fast, they're mobile, they're big. They have it all, and it's just it's a fun brand to watch. And throughout all of Hockey East, the play has been terrific Oh, yeah.
He's got great depth among his defensemen, too,
Yeah,
which you can't minimize the importance of that.
And then on the other bench, there's Jerry York, who I'm sure you've had a couple of morning phone calls. Or
He's pretty good. He's you don't hear
he's
from him
mellowed
very
a little
much.
bit.
No, but Jerry's never been one to get in touch with me. In fact, I think some BC followers over the years have always thought maybe he should make more noise. Maybe they were just comparing him with the other guy down in Palm Ave.
The guy who was there.
Yeah, but he's, but it has an effect because when he does call, I probably pay a little bit more attention because I don't hear from him that often.
And when you're good and when you win year in and year out and win national championships, there's not much complaining that has to go on.
But I think this year with 13, they lost so many underclassmen along with the seniors. If he should get a piece of this title, this is a fairly exceptional coaching job, all things considered.
It's just remarkable when you think about all that they lost. We talked about it before. Graduated 5 seniors, 7 others leaving the professional ranks. Just gives you an idea of how this BC program has sent guys on to the next level. He didn't want to send that many on to the next level
Not
so
that
soon.
Yeah. But it's so different now. I mean, they're committing when they're 14. They show up when they're 21, and they leave a year later.
What do you think of that?
I don't like it at all.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Nor do I. I think you don't know how a kid when you recruit them at 12, 13, 14, they haven't even started to grow yet.
I also think from we are in the education business.
Yeah.
You got to remind yourself that, and we shouldn't be part of a system that encourages 14-year-olds to make such a decision. And we have a recruiting committee right now with the 6 commissioners, an athletic director, and a coach from each conference addressing these things, and we hope to address it at Naples at the convention. But nobody wants to be the first one not to do it. But we're hoping collectively they realize this is just wrong. And I work with a local private school in the area coaching their goalies, and one of my goalies was 14 and committed to run a hockey school. Yeah. So in my day job, I'm trying to fight this, and in my other kind of hobby,
Trying to develop
I'm seeing it firsthand.
14. I've got a 14-year-old home. I'm trying to convince him there's a right way and a wrong way to fold laundry.
Yeah, one of our athletic directors said, my daughter's 15. She takes 20 minutes to decide what cereal she wants for breakfast. How's she going to decide where she wants to go to college?
No question. Deflected, looking back for it, trying to bank it in on goal as Lowell with a 1-0 lead and looking to add to it. Game close to it. They have control play here in the second.
Well, they certainly have come out here in this second period. They're skating more. They're faster. They're closing in on pucks a lot more, pressuring a lot more, and you can see a big difference in their play from the first to the second period.
And this is where Lowell has an advantage. We've gone on a long run here without a stoppage. We're inside of an immediate timeout window, and this is where Lowell, Norm Bazin, he loves to run 4 lines, keep things going, and this plays to their advantage right now.
Well, yeah, absolutely does, because Jerry York told us before the game he wanted to just go with 3 lines tonight.
Right now, BC trying to keep it in the zone, and Lowell with some fresh bodies out there, but now the Eagles turn it back. If you're just joining us, BC carried play in the first period. Lowell blocked a bunch of shots, kept it scoreless in the first. They scored here just seconds into the second period. The Riverhawks getting a goal from Edward, 19 seconds in. And now Lowell sends it back towards center ice. BC again, this is a long period of time, and now a stoppage that will get us to a timeout. It's our chance to say thank you for joining us.
Thought I had to join the union. I was on here so long.
I just hope the trophy's still in the Subaru.
Yeah, no, I got a good lock system. I got a good lock system.
Good. Joe
Thanks,
Britannia,
guys.
Commissioner of Hockey, is here with
Appreciate
us.
it. Yeah, you bet.
1-0 Lowell back after this.
Just Head and Shoulders.
I thought it was just for, like, dandruff.
New Head & Shoulders cleans, protects, and moisturizes for unbelievably beautiful hair that's free of visible flakes.
Eastern time right here on ASN. Really get the feeling, Pat Micheletti, that Boston College wanted that timeout, needed that timeout, because, again, Lowell's built for some nonstop hockey.
Yeah, and one of the fears you have is that they had such a good first period and didn't have anything to show for it. 0-0, they out-chance them, they out-shoot them, they outplay them, they outwork them, and they come up with nothing, and then you give up. Not a great goal to start the period. And, boy, you kind of psychologically, you're thinking, can they stay in this thing?
Out of the timeout, trying to go short side, but closing the door right there was Tyler Wall. And Lowell flips it up and out of the zone. Back after it is Luke McGinnis for Boston College. Working with Savage. The assist on the goal for Edward went to Dylan Zink. Who else? The defenseman with his 31st point on the season, his 21st assist.
And think about it, you know, you mentioned these guys like to get up in the play. Well, where was Zink on that goal? He was in the corner. Made the pass out to the slot, right to Edward, and put it home. And that's something, Eric, that Boston College has got to be aware of. They have to understand that Lowell defense will take chances. They have to recognize that, and if there's an outlet pass, you fly the zone and you hit someone and try to create maybe an odd man rush or a breakaway.
Faceoffs were 8-8 in the first period. Lowell wins this draw. We're midway through period number 2. O'Neal takes a shot, stick save. Sent over to Modula. DC a little speed. Cangelosi tries the quick shot. It's broken up again by Lowell and sitting out in the slot. The Riverhawks take it back the other way with Hausinger. Hausinger, the freshman, puts on the brakes. Drops it back. Now a centering pass. Score! 2-0 Riverhawks here in the second period. Ryan Lowen gets the goal.
And watch this play by Hausinger, a little spinorama, and then a pass. And Lowen right on the doorstep is able to get it as the pass comes from number 21, Cameras, over to Lowen, who was left all alone on the right-hand side, his offhand, and is able to put it past Joseph Wall. Lowen's 9th goal of the season, but watch the play by Kenny Hausinger as he does a little spinorama.
Cameras.
And Cameras.
Now the officials are looking at this right now. It is off the right ankle. Did Lowen then get it with the stick? We will have an overhead look here.
Yeah, it does not look like it was any
distinct kicking motion.
Distinct kicking motion. Goes off the leg of Lowen and into the net. Wall got a little bit out of position, and Lowen was left there all alone. No one is near him. But it was a bang-bang play as Hausinger made a little spinorama, got the pass to Camras, who threw it back to Hausinger. Hausinger threw it off of Lowen's leg to get in the back of the net. But as you mentioned, the referees are taking a look at it. I think it'll stand. That's a good goal.
You are correct. The freshman from Chadsford, Pennsylvania, draft pick of the Tampa Bay Lightning, gets his 9th goal of the season. Off to a great start in his first year of college hockey. Now 22 points in his first year with UMass-Lowell.
Boy, I talked to a lot of people, a lot of scouts about they love this kid. He's got good size, 6 feet, 190, only a freshman, so you know he's got time to grow a little bit. But he handles the puck well. He goes to the net hard. He's a real smart player, and he makes it a 2-0 game. And you got to wonder what's going on in that BC bench right now, because you know they played well and they're down 2-0.
Lowell trying to get a 3rd goal, although the puck now comes back out and all the way down the ice.
I think message received and game plan executed in this second period.
Head coach Norm Bazin was cordial with us during our intermission interview, but you could tell he was seething a little bit and needed to get into the dressing room and get a message to his players. One thing he's been clear on with this team, he doesn't have to do too much work. He likes the senior leadership. You touched on it before, Pat, that these guys may have known when they got in the dressing room, look, we're fortunate it's scoreless. We just had it taken to us. Let's take it to them in the second period. And that's been the case since the first minute.
Yeah, I think you're dead on. I think maybe he said a few words, but the captains and the senior leadership, they know how important this game is for them also.
Again, UMass-Lowell with a win. They have to wait and see if they will be the regular season champions in Hockey East. The win will give them 29 points, a tie with Boston College. They could be co-champions. Lowell would have the #1 seed in the tournament because the #1 tiebreaker is head-to-head. Lowell with a 4-1 victory last night at Chestnut Hill.
You know, and the good thing is for Lowell, you know, should they not win the crown, first place, they are so well positioned in the pairwise. They're going to get in. They're at #7 now. They moved up a notch from #8, where Boston College is at 19 right now. And this is, you know, they're going to have to flat out win their conference tournament to get in if they want to make the NCAA as it stands today.
With at least a tie here today, Lowell would get a bye to the quarterfinal round. Now a turnover by the Riverhawks and a shot by BC. BC already has an opening round bye. They're playing in the quarterfinals. So depending on who you play in the quarterfinals, you could get a bump from there if you win that series. And then, like you said, you're looking at winning a game at the TD Garden, trying to get to the championship game at the very least. Uphill climb right now for BC. It's a 2-0 UMass-Lowell lead, but with how BC has struggled to score as of late, that looks like 4 or 5-0 right now.
Hit it right on the head, exactly. And, you know, it's got to be a situation where, you know, you can't get cute here. You've got to just continue, throw pucks at the net, go.
Taking a spill back behind the net is David Cotton, and it's out of the zone.
Well, watch BC on the power play now. What they try to do is go D to D, and then they try to get their forward in the slot area and feed him with the puck in that slot area for a shot. They've been unsuccessful at doing that thus far tonight.
And Gelosi drops it back for Fitzgerald. Picked up by the Riverhawks, and plenty of time to bounce it all the way down the ice, and that's what Chris Forney does.
Penalty kill at 84% on the year for Lowell has been very good in these last 2 games.
Ryan Fitzgerald carries it in for the Eagles. Master was on the far boards, tying the Eagles up, and once again set down the ice.
Well, isn't that something when you get pressure the puck like that and you don't have any support? It's just very good reads.
Connor Wilson jumped off the bench. He's a one-man wrecking crew in deep right now for UMass-Lowell, taking some time off this power play. 40 seconds on the man advantage for the Eagles, down 2-0. And bounce back off the glass and all the way down the ice. That penalty kill is even better in conference games, Pat. 87%. That's #1 in Hockey East.
Yeah, that's, I tell you, you do that, you know, your specialty teams, you got a good power play, you got a good penalty kill. Guess what? You're going to win a lot of games. And right now, in that neutral zone area, Boston College is going up with one guy, and then you've got 2 or 3 guys standing right at the blue line. Well, if you dump the puck in, you only have one guy going after it. Chances are you're not going to be able to get the puck. Lowell's going back, retrieving the puck, and getting it right back down in the other end. So great kill, as you just mentioned, Eric, by Lowell.
Penalty coming up here on Forney as he went up high. There was a stick battle between Forney and, I'm trying to see who it was for BC, but it was a pretty headsy play by the BC player because he drew the penalty, and now it's a 5-on-3 for 13 seconds.
Well, Forney at 6'2", 200 pounds, as he goes at it there.
Yeah, J.D. Dudek is the one who started it.
All right, so you had Dudek at 6 feet, but still, you got a couple inches. You get the stick up. You get the first shot. Forney goes back at him. Stick up a little high. 5-on-3 opportunity here now for the next
13 seconds of 5-on-3 time. That's when the penalty to Zink will expire. So far on the power play for BC, no shots on goal.
no.
Keep moving it around here without getting a shot. Backdoor, Goodrow, save made by Wall. Here comes Zink out of the box, and a hand pass is called just as the penalty expired. Zink was let loose, so
Save of the game there by Tyler Walls. Good puck movement by Boston College down low. And watch Goudreau on the outside there. And he gets exactly what he wanted right on his stick. And Wall was able to move over and make that save. I think Goudreau obviously would like to get that puck up a little higher. When you're in tight like that, kids, you got to go high upstairs because you know the goalie is moving side to side, probably going to go down as Wall did there. Goudreau just did not get it up high enough to beat Wall, but what a spectacular save to keep this at 2-0. And the first penalty now has expired.
it is good to see Goudreau out there after
Right,
taking
exactly.
that high shot in the first period. No penalty was called. Goudreau now back off the ice. Casey Fitzgerald. 5-on-4 now for BC.
And that non-call may have meant the play of the game thus far. Could have been a big, big difference.
Set up in front. Here comes Fitzgerald, but getting to the puck first was Tyler Wall to cover it up.
Boy, he's been spot on tonight. Tracking the puck, finding it, getting out there, covering up. Again, puck's going to move around, and there's Wall. He just jumps on it before Casey Fitzgerald could get to it. Yeah, we talk about penalty kill. We talk about power play. How about the goaltender? I mean, he's had to be very sharp here.
Sent back down the ice. Minute 20 to go in the man advantage. Pressure being applied by Hausinger, who has an assist here tonight. Another full house here at the Songa Center in Lowell, and a turnover by BC. No penalty called as they play on. Angelosi taps it back to Fitzgerald. All the way in deep. First one there is Colin White. Let it go! Let it go! Struck down the ice again by the Riverhawks. Kim. Well, teams look at the numbers as well. They know that Boston College is struggling in the power play. You just get the sense in the initial 5-on-4, the brief 5-on-3, and this 5-on-4, UMass-Lowell is just being more aggressive than BC. They're taking it to BC almost.
Well, you know what's going to happen. You know, teams are a little bit hesitant. What should I do? Are we going to make the pass? Are we going to take the shot? And, you know, that's just a struggling team. When you're not scoring goals, and your power play's struggling. And that's where you got to get back to just a simple little thing. You know, the simple pass, simple shot, simple rebound, attack. But a great job by the Riverhawks. You know, when you sense something and you pounce on it, that's what they're doing.
Forney's out of the box, back to skating 5-on-5. Boston College now 0 for 3 on the power play. 2 total shots on goal in those power play opportunities. This shot is blocked by Boston College. The bid from C.J. Smith flipped up into the stand. Stopping play with 2:37 to go. here in period 2. 2 goals for UMass-Lowell, trying to stay in the hunt for the #1 seed in Hockey East.
Oh, I realize.
They just sat back in that first period and watched Boston skate all around them and really took it to them. So I just think their energy level really picked up here in the second. And then they get that goal, and then they just got more excited as the period went along, and have really had a great period.
That goal came 19 seconds into the period. It wasn't a very strong shot from Edward. Found its way through a hole, and now a penalty being called on Boston College. Delayed call as Lowell with the puck. They try to get the extra attacker on as Wall comes to the bench. And now BC will touch up as Gambardella couldn't hold on to it for UMass-Lowell. This will be the first power play for the Riverhawks tonight.
Well, there, case in point on the power play there is Savage is going to go for a hook, but that's, you talk about the energy, you talk about the moving their feet a little bit better that period, and that's what happened here on this power on the penalty as Lowell moving their feet. Savage has to pull them down.
And now for the first time we get to see the #1 power play in Hockey East at 28%. And they've been rolling in this period of time where they've won 6 games in a row. They were 1 for 5 Thursday night at BC. Eagles come away with the puck. Here's White. White carried in deep. White goes to that. He goes down and draws a penalty. It'll be the second penalty on Dylan Zink, and will be a 4-on-4.
2-on-2 opportunity, and Colin White takes it hard to the net as he was about to receive a pass from David Cotton. And White may have had a step on Zink. As you see the play develop here, actually, with number 27, McPhee, who's going to try to get it over to White, who was going hard to the net. And Zink got a little stick on him, and in the box for his second penalty of the game.
Eagles win the draw. Fitzgerald's shot is gloved by Tyler Wall. Wall has tied the freshman wins record at UMass-Lowell. Connor Hellebuck won 20 in the 2012-2013 season. Joe Britannia was with us a few minutes ago, talked about Hellebuck, who was outstanding in that first year. You can see the Vitals right there has a chance to have the record all to himself if this holds.
It's amazing. We're seeing, freshman goalies are really taking over the majority of college hockey. We have 2 playing tonight. We're kid in Vermont. There's, all over the country. We're seeing a lot of freshman goaltenders carrying the load.
Cangelosi's shot goes wide, ends up in the far corner. 1 minute to go here in the second period, and it's been a good period for the Riverhawks. Gambardella is knocked off the puck. Now the Eagles trying to get something going in the 4-on-4. This 4-on-4 will take us to the end of the period, and then there'll be some brief power play time for Boston College, and if we remain penalty-free the rest of the way here. BC getting things organized, but again, maybe overpassing, maybe thinking too much.
Well, exactly. They had numbers there, 3-on-2, and they try to get too cute. And when you get too cute like that, it allows the team to get back in and defend, and that's exactly what happened there. They end up not getting a shot when they had a great opportunity to get one.
Shot wide. Well, if BC's playing too cute, getting too cute, they got to get ugly here. They got to get ugly quick if they're going to come back in this game.
And that's exactly what the coaches told us before the game. We got to get ugly. We got to get something to get us going. And I thought they did that in the first period, but again, revert back to old habits, right? And especially when you're losing, that's what's happened thus far.
Second period, UMass-Lowell scored twice. Edward and Lowen, the goal scorers. Now back to Monica and Brett. Here comes a shot. Follow up. There was an open net for White for a moment. Seemed like a long moment, but Tyler Mueller got in the way.
Boy, what a play by Mueller as White had the open net. Mueller just slides with that leg and is able to block the shot.
Teams are skating 5-on-5, 2-0 Lowell in the third period. And offside the call, maybe a hand pass.
I mean, doesn't it appear to you how well the Riverhawks defend around their net? Watch this play now. It's going to come. And there's the first shot to save.
Well, this is a program that's won Hockey East Tournament championships twice over the last 5 years. Back in 2013 and 2014, they've been to the NCAA tournament 4 times in the last 5 years. At a high level and protecting a 2-goal lead. Pretty good at that here in the third period.
Yeah, you know, they have a lot of experience. They know how to close out hockey games, obviously, by winning 6 in a row. They certainly want 7 tonight. And control the puck, make smart plays, get pucks in, get pucks out, continue to pressure.
That will be covered up by Joe Wall.
You know, BC, on the other hand, they got to continue. When they had great pace in the first period, it was pretty evident. Their speed, they have a very good speed up front, and when they got going like that, and they took the shots, went hard to the net, and went after rebound, they kind of got away from that a little bit in the second period, trying to get too cute. But they got to get back to using their speed and getting more shots and more bodies in front of the goaltender Tyler Wall.
Here comes Boston College, something developing here. Kalman sends it cross ice, but waiting there is Tyler Wall to make another save.
And that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about, of trying to make, you know, too precise of a play. A 2-on-1 opportunity, and the pass goes across. And look where the shot is. He's almost back towards the half wall there, and an angle where it's going to be very difficult to score. Instead of having anybody go hard to the net there, it could have been a shot, a potential rebound. Instead, they go side to side with that long pass. Nothing develops in that time.
Louis Modula with the shot. Another save made by Tyler Wall. One-on-one. Here comes the captain, Chris Kalman. Senior out of Norwell, Mass. Working back behind the net. Taken away by Hausinger. Tell you what, this freshman line for UMass-Lowell has been pretty impressive. Lowen centering Hausinger and Colin O'Neill. Lowen scoring the second goal for UMass-Lowell. This group has been together for a while, and they've got some pretty good chemistry.
Well, yeah, you saw the play that Hausinger made.
Yeah.
He actually made 2 great plays on that goal. Little spin-a-rama to make the first pass to Camras, and then got it back on the pass from Camras, and he gave it to Lowen. Well, off his leg, actually, but you're right, boy. It's just nice when you're able to reload like that, isn't it?
That line has 4 shots on goal here tonight. You see the total for UMass-Lowell just at 10. Boston College trailing 2-0 here in the third period. With a win, they will be regular season champions at Hockey East. Notre Dame with a victory at the Ganis Arena tonight. Earlier here on ASN, a save made by Wall. Rebound score! BC is on the board here in the third. 2-1 UMass-Lowell.
Well,
Eagles aren't done yet.
No, and I tell you, the play was made by Austin Cangelosi as he brought the puck in with speed from the red line all the way in, carried it around from behind the net. Watch Cangelo. Well, we're going to see the shot come from the point from Savage. and the initial save was made by Wall, and Colin White left all alone on that right-hand side, had an open net to put it in. And Colin White is someone that Jerry York was talking about, where this guy's got to break out. We need him to score. He gets one. But what a play. We'll go back and show you later. Austin Cangelosi, the play that he made to set that whole play up.
That's goal number 15 this season for sophomore Colin White. UMass-Lowell looking for the equalizer, sent wide. And back out towards center ice.
Michael Kaplan with a great opportunity for Lowell. And this kid's a senior captain, has not missed one game in his entire career for the Riverhawks.
154th consecutive game here tonight.
Boy, it's got to be nice for a coach to know that I got a guy who's going to come out every night and play every night. And certainly makes your job as a head coach that much easier.
Well, Bayzen has recognized it. High praise for Kapla before the game. Really a glue guy for this team. He's carried it onto the ice, and the very good UMass-Lowell team with a chance, if things fall the right way, to be the #1 seed in the Hockey East tournament. Right now they have a 2-1 lead here in the third. Colin White getting the goal. Cotton and Savage the assists at 3:30 of the third.
Yeah, now watch. Cangelosi actually gets his puck in his own end, makes a great play, stays with it, keeps his head up, throws it out front, and he's going to get the puck back, throw it over to Savage, and here's where Savage gets the shot on goal. Cotton there over to White, and White puts it in. Cangelosi is not going to get a point on that goal, but I tell you, what a play. He made that play, and he's been a senior captain for him and one of their best players all season long. 113 points on his career.
For Cotton, that's his 13th assist of the season. Now 23 points for the freshman out of Texas.
Isn't it funny how coaches talk? Get to the front of the net, get the rebound, get the passes.
That shot whistles high and wide from Camrus.
And you score from 2 feet out. You know, they preach it, and guess what? It happens, and Boston College gets on the board, and we have a game.
Well, this would be a lot different right now if Boston College didn't have anything but bad luck in that first period. 3 pipes hit in that first period. They were knocking on the door, their carry play, but it was scoreless after 1 period.
Yeah, and a non-call. That really could have been a big factor in this hockey game. The elbow to the head of Goudreau, that, in our estimation, could have been a 5-minute major. It could have given Boston College a great opportunity. Didn't happen, but now they're hanging around. 2-1 hockey game. They got the goal early, like we talked about, that they needed to do, and we'll see what kind of push they have this last 14 or 15 minutes left in this game.
Dudek on now to take the draw for Boston College. Lowell wins the faceoff. Now 2-on-1 opportunity for UMass-Lowell. Tricky little pass, backhander, and a save made by Wall. Another full house here at the Tsonga Center. Leading Hockey East in attendance for the 2nd straight year, averaging better than 5,600 fans a game. Here on senior night, their Riverhawks with a 2-1 lead. BC in on the puck first, so no icing here. Eagles trying to get the equalizer. Cotton, who got the assist on the White goal. Now White goes in to help out. This line dangerous right now. White takes a little nudge back towards the point. McGinnis. Cotton tried to set a screen in front, broken up, and here comes Lowell on a partial break. Edward in on goal. Didn't go in, but grabbed at. The question is, as they touch up, what's the call? And it will be a penalty shot.
Well, here we're going to see the opportunity as Edward comes in all alone. You see he has enough space, gets the hook, and we will see a penalty shot by John Edward, who scored the first goal of this hockey game for the Riverhawks.
What a jump this year for the junior out of Calgary. Had 4 goals all of last year, already with 15 goals this season. And the words of wisdom from Norm Bazin.
You know, what a smart team. What a smart player. Recognized the turnover. Got himself free right in the neutral zone. Behind the Boston College defenseman. And goes in all alone. This could be...
Edward has been on a roll. Can he keep it going with the penalty shot? Joe Woll keeps it a 1-goal game here at the Sanger Center.
Yeah, he tried to freeze Joseph Woll. Watch how he just goes down on his right side, goes to his left and tries to just beat Woll to the far left side. Woll sticks out that right pad and makes a great save to keep this game at 2-1.
When UMass-Lowell was buzzing in the second period of last night's game at Kelly Ring, Woll made some really big saves in a period of time to keep that game tight. It ended up getting away from Boston College, a 4-1 win for UMass-Lowell, but
certainly can't blame the goaltender, that's for sure.
Big save on the penalty shots, keep it a 1-goal game, and now BC back the other way as Fitzgerald backhanded it wide. Ryan Fitzgerald got a stick in there, and now he gets his body on the puck to keep it in. Bouncing puck, gloved by Tyler Wall. Stopping play with 13:12 to go in the third period. Boston College getting on the board here in the third to make it a 1-goal game.
Jonathan Taves, Marty St. Louis.
And it's great to see all these young kids just develop, and they've had great careers. And
sounds like you had some pretty solid pickup games.
Yeah, we did.
Back in your day in Hibbing.
Absolutely. He was a good athlete in his own right, baseball. Well, you know, he grew up in a small town in Hibbing, Minnesota.
Kevin McHale ever come play any hockey with you guys?
McHale was with us a little bit, yeah, and I used to school him. I taught him low post.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
That'll go over real well here in New England for you, Pat. Well played.
Yeah. In fact, he's got a cabin three doors.
Another pipe for Boston College. That's number 4 on the night.
Unlucky.
Now a little extra push and shove after the whistle. Kalman, and now another body goes down. I think we're going to have some penalties here, and it might just be Boston College going to the box, putting UMass-Lowell on the power play.
You know, that situation, I'd leave my whistle alone. You got a 2-1 hockey game. You got some high energy going on. And since the Boston College goal, we have seen their energy level pick up. We're going to see another opportunity here by the Eagles as Dudek comes in and just beats Wall right off the pipe. And here you're just going to see a scrum in front of the net. As Kalman going at it. Eventually the penalty is going to go to J.D. Dudek. Might have been a little frustrated by being one off the post.
Deflected up into the netting, stopping play. Getting after the whistle is the call, putting Dudek into the box. Well, we talked to Jerry York right before the start of period number 3. I think he liked the way his team was playing because they had hit the pipes and they had been right there with the chances. Sure,
not giving up a lot of shots. And, you know, did they play as well in the first and the second as they did in the first? No, but you know, they hung around, and here we are. And I think since the goal was scored, they've picked it up and put a lot of pressure. It's just you get in a situation where you take a penalty and do you lose that momentum? We'll see.
Well, huge kill here for Boston College. They trail 2-1. Lowell moves it around. Here comes a shot and a save made by Joe Wall. Again, Boston College with a win here tonight. They will be the regular season champions in Hockey East, have the number 1 seed in the Hockey East tournament. That's been the message for Jerry York today, and message to us earlier this evening. We're playing for a chance to win a championship here tonight.
Right, exactly. Even though we're not playing well, it's still there, it's available. And they have a good opportunity, only down by a goal, plenty of time left in this game.
Bouncing puck, and Wall will have to cover it up. And there'll be a face-off in the Riverhawks zone. Notre Dame with a win at Boston University. Notre Dame very much in the mix right now. If Boston College can't get it done here at UMass-Lowell, the Irish could win the title outright. Right now they have 28 points. If they beat BU tomorrow night, they'd have 30 points. BC is done for the regular season after tonight's game here against the Riverhawks. The Riverhawks done as well. Lowell wins, they'll end up with 29 points. They could get a piece of that championship as Wall covers it up.
Great opportunity there by Connor Wilson. Gets a shot off. Odd man rush 3-on-2. Play develops it. There's Zink again, who's been great tonight for UMass-Lowell, and there's Wilson with the shot, top of the circle. Kind of caught Joseph Wall by surprise there, but able to make that save.
A dangerous group on the ice right now for the Riverhawks as the senior Gambardella leads them out. 45 points on the season.
And we've seen this power play unit even last night and tonight come out in the second half of the power play.
Capella at the point. Gambardella goes cross ice. Fed back towards Gambardella. Gambardella off the boards. Touch pass back to Capella. Capella. C.J. Smith. Capella through traffic. Deflected off of Edward. And flipped up and out of play. 37 to go. Make it 36 in the man advantage.
You know, you mentioned Notre Dame going into BU tonight and beating them. I mean, that just goes to show the parity in this league. Even the top teams, it's no gimme at home. UMass goes into BC last night and gets the win. It's you know, you just can't take home ice for granted.
Jake Evans, 2 goals for the Fighting Irish. Those 2 teams will meet again tomorrow night. There could be a championship on the line. If UMass-Lowell wins here, there will be a championship opportunity on the line for the Fighting Irish. Smith. Kapla. Back to Smith. His shot bounces in front. Casey Fitzgerald trying to get it out of there. 13 to go on the man advantage, and now taken away by Ryan Fitzgerald for the Eagles. Valuable time on this UMass-Lowell power play, ticking away. Here come the Eagles short-handed. Savage turned it over, and UMass-Lowell trying to get a 2-on-1 going, but just as the penalty was expiring, that means Dudek was coming out of the box.
Yeah, risky plays on both sides here in the neutral zone. Boston College steals the puck, has an opportunity, and then it heads right back the other way. Bouncy pucks that limited those chances.
Boston College playing for its 15th Hockey East regular season title. And Again, this is a team on the wrong side of the pairwise rankings right now, outside of the NCAA playoff picture, but you get a win against a team 7th in the pairwise. That'll help you.
And to do what they do year in and year out, and you know, with a lot of these teams, when you get to be such a great team, you get great players, and you take the risk of them leaving early, and that's, you know, certainly happened to.
Wraparound attempt, score! Jake Camrus gets his 13th of the season, and Lowell is on top again by 2.
Has Camrus been good tonight? His 13th goal of the season, and watch his speed and strength behind the net here. He's just going to rag the puck, get to the front of the net, use his speed and strength and that long reach, and he beats Wall to the far side. Big goal to make it 3-1. Camrus with his 13th to go along with an assist tonight for the Riverhawks.
Hausinger pushes in for UMass-Lowell, taking back away now. Hausinger back onto the puck. Grabbed by Connor Moore for BC. Moore from a knee, works with Michael Kim. Cotton, Hausinger, he's been all over the ice tonight.
Been good. Well, this whole line, and you mentioned it, Hausinger, O'Neill, and Lowen has been real good tonight for the Riverhawks. And you can't say enough about Jake Camrus. I mean, the play he made, not only on the Lowen goal, but also on his own goal there, just 6'1", 200-pounder.
A little bit of a moment to separate everybody. He'll get us to a timeout. Goal number 3 of the night for UMass-Lowell, scored by Jake Camrus, 3-1.
If you for an unlimited time at Subway, choose from a selection of our 6-inch subs starting at just $3.99. It sounds like a promotion, but it's not. It's our everyday low price. Today, tomorrow, yesterday, every day. So grab a 6-inch prepared fresh just for you, starting at $3.99.
Same hotel, same price? No. There's a bunch of different prices out there all over the internet. Trivago instantly compares them to find your ideal hotel.
2.5 goals a game, but BC is playing for a chance to win a regular season championship, so that urgency should ramp up.
Yeah, well, it should. And you know, they took the penalty after the whistle. They had the momentum going. Gave the power play then to Lowell, and they kind of regained that. And Camrus, I mean, a big body and his big reach there, was able to make a terrific play to make it a 3-1 game.
Fitzgerald flips it towards the goal, gloved calmly by Wall.
You know, and it's so hard mentally once you give that up and you're on the bench, you think you have the momentum, you give one up, and trying to get that back, it's almost like, oh, what do we have to do? What do we have to do? But when you know the urgency of it, let's see how they respond.
Fitzgerald trying to win the draw and push it right back towards the net. Bouncing puck picked up by Edward. Edward had a penalty shot stopped here in the 3rd period, but Camrus scoring a goal to put UMass-Lowell back in front by 2 goals. They were on top 2-0 at the end of 2 periods. Kapla gloved it down. Dylan Zink. One of the seniors we showed you when they were honored before the game for senior night. Love to go out here in the final regular season game. UMass-Lowell trying to guarantee that they will have a quarterfinal home game in the playoffs, so this would be the end of the home season for the Riverhawks. And they have been really good at home against ranked teams, as it's gloved by Joe Wall.
And you've got 2 defensemen in Zink and Kapla, both seniors. You like to have the veteran presence back there as senior defensemen, but it's also nice that they're both very good players. Big difference when you have both, right? And they play a lot of minutes. They trust them. They calm everybody down. And that's why this team has been so good. And that's why after their 4 losses in a row, they came back, they regrouped, and they're starting to play the way that they're capable of playing. And they're a fun team to watch. They don't quit either.
No,
they just battle and battle and battle.
You can see the work ethic and the work rate is high. I gotta say too, the work rate's been high for us tonight. This has been a warm building tonight. It was 73 in Lowell today, and it kind of carried over to a building with about 6,000 people crammed in here for senior night. 7:40 to go here in the third. With a win, UMass-Lowell would have 29 points, even with Boston College. Notre Dame with 28 points with 1 game still to play tomorrow night against BU. Wraparound attempt doesn't get put on goal. Now back to Kim. Shot blocked down top by Camrus. Chipped up and out of the zone.
Yeah, you want to make BC go the full 200 feet now. Nothing fancy on the part of UMass-Lowell. Get pucks in, get pucks out, be smart. We're sending 1 guy now. Little 1-4.
Pass attempt goes all the way in on goal, where Wall sticks it aside. Casey Fitzgerald tries to return it for BC, but Lowell is just content with chipping it out of the zone and watching time tick down on this clock.
Now with the 2-goal lead, they don't feel that they need to send 2 or 3 guys. They're sending one guy and then really clogging up that neutral zone. And what Boston College has to recognize is they need their forwards to get back in their zone, get some speed going up the ice together, and try to break that neutral zone trap, if you want to call it a neutral zone trap, put on by Lowell right now.
Boston College will play in the quarterfinal rounds in 2 weeks at Kelly Rink. Just a question of what their seed will be. UMass-Lowell is guaranteed a home game. I should make it clear. It's a question of whether or not it's a home game next weekend or the weekend after that. They have clinched at least an opening round home series, but with at least a tie here tonight, they'll get that opening round bye, which is so important. Get a week off.
Rest some players,
Then
get
play
healthy.
in the quarterfinals. Sure. Approaching 6 minutes to play here in the third period. Sangha Center, downtown Lowell, Mass. After a scoreless first period, UMass-Lowell with 2 second-period goals. They scored just seconds into second period. John Edward at the 19-second mark. Ryan Lowen added a goal. Colin White made it a 2-1 game. BC was building some momentum, but as Pat mentioned, penalty on BC kind of stopped that momentum a little bit, and Lowell added a goal from Camrus to make it 3-1.
Yeah, I think two out of the 3 goals, I think Joseph Bull would certainly love to have back. That first one went in between his legs, and then the third one, good play by Camrus, but Bull got kind of stuck in his net, which allowed Camrus to go to that far side and put it past him. And it's tough when you're on the road, and you're not scoring a lot, and you give up a bad goal that can really hurt your team.
If this score holds, BC could still have a share of the regular season title. It would be a 3-way tie with either BU or Notre Dame.
I'm letting you figure it out.
I used up my.
Yeah, there's a lot of different scenarios that could happen. Bottom line is UMass-Lowell wins. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They're moving up. They're getting ready for the playoffs, and this is a lot about, how are you playing now compared to, a month ago or whatever the case may be. And we're seeing this will be win number 7 in a row, and not a great ending to the season for Boston College. And then you get to the point of where's our confidence? How do we get it back? What do we tell them? What's the message to the guys? And then that can get real tricky, especially with young college kids. And, a team that doesn't have a lot of experience coming back from last year's team.
Well, no matter what, Pat, Boston College has clinched an opening round bye, so you at least get some time to get to work.
Yeah,
and
right.
Maybe that reset button gets pushed.
What do we need to work on, right? We need to work on our power play, our penalty, all those things, our puck movement, being sharper. So absolutely, and by no stretch, hey, a lot of teams do not want to play Boston College in the playoffs. I can tell you that much. They get it going a little bit. They've got the guys up front who are certainly capable. The Whites, the Boudreaux, certainly Cangelosi, who again has had a terrific night for Boston College.
Modilon gets bent over on the Lowell bench.
Yeah, really smart play here these last 5 minutes for Lowell. And that's great coaching. You know what you got to do. You assess the situation. And how do we finish this game out? Well, we're going to do it this way. We're not going to send 2 or 3 guys. We're going to send 1 guy. We're going to sit back. We're going to keep our feet moving. We're going to get pucks out. It's just a very good job of coaching by this team and executing by the players.
2:15 to go into third. UMass-Lowell, again, like we saw in the second period, happy just to keep that clock moving. They'll just keep rolling their lines off the bench, and now we'll get a stoppage of play. With 2:03 to go, we'll take the timeout as well. UMass-Lowell closing in on a weekend sweep of Boston College. Thursday, when Boston College took on UMass-Lowell, but it worked out that the end of the regular season meant something, and here's what they're playing for. Everybody makes the playoffs, but everybody makes it at a different level. And if this score holds, Lowell and BC will have that opening round bye and go on to the quarterfinal round.
Correct. Top 4 teams get byes, and then 5 through 8, best of 3.
And then the best of 3 quarterfinal series, 2 weeks. That's beginning on March 12th. And then single elimination after that. Teams get together the final 4 at the TD Garden, awesome. March 17th and 18th.
Great hockey coming up all the way to April.
2 minutes to go. The net is empty for Boston College. Extra attacker on for the Eagles.
And I tell you, there's no clear-cut favorite to win the national title this year, and that's great. Talk about the parity in hockey, parity all of college hockey. A lot of very, very good hockey teams that get hot for a weekend. They certainly have a crack at winning it.
Denver, the #1 team in the country. Minnesota Duluth, #2. Harvard, #3. UMass-Lowell came into this weekend #5 in the USCHO.com poll. Boston College, #14. You can see the Eagles are going to take a timeout here with 1:34 to go. And we mentioned how good UMass-Lowell has been at home against ranked teams, Pat. In their last 16 games entering tonight here at Tsonga Center against nationally ranked teams, Lowell has not lost. 11 wins and 5 ties. Their last loss to a ranked opponent was February 2015 to BU. So Norm Bazin's team, they dial it up a little extra level when those nationally ranked teams come here to the Tsonga
do,
Center.
and they got a great atmosphere here in this building. And they play hard. And the great thing about this team is that you can see the changes, that the in-game changes that they made throughout this game, recognizing what the score was, how much time was left in the game, what they had to do to finish this game, and the players, they buy into what the coaches are telling them. And it's not any me. It's all about the team and what do we have to do. And boy, it's really very evident how well coached this team is, and a credit to the players for just buying into the system that was put forth for them.
Standing room only crowd here tonight at Tsonga Center, trying to get the Riverhawks through the final 125. Again, the net is empty for Boston College. Extra attack around, and it's deflected there, deep into the zone, picked up by Forney.
Just a great job in the neutral zone. Boston College throws the puck in, but they only have one guy going after the puck. You're never going to sustain that type of play down there. No speed going into the zone. Great job by the Riverhawks.
Savage got back to his feet to keep the puck in center ice. Now BC trying to hack it in deep with Fitzgerald. Riverhawks back on it. They can't clear it out. Now it's batted out of the zone and all the way down the ice. And this will be icing.
Boy, they retrieve the puck, though. You see how nicely they get back. They retrieve the puck. It's one pass, and it's out of the zone. Unfortunately, there goes for a icing call. 42 seconds left in this game. Boston College is going to need something in an awful hurry here. Take a look at Tyler Walton. Very sharp in the net tonight for the Riverhawks.
Off the draw, back to Savage, and he could not keep it in. So they'll bring the face-off outside the blue line.
Yeah, they win the draw nice and clean, and puck bounces a little bit and goes over the stick of Savage. Kind of the luck you're getting tonight for Boston College, or lack thereof.
They bang shots off the post and the crossbar here tonight. Again, can't keep it out, and it was brought back in, so that stops play. Clock ran a couple extra seconds, so I wonder if they'll put any time back on it here.
Unlucky again, puck goes out to the point and unable to hold that puck in. Casey Fitzgerald on that right side. Kind of got handcuffed a little bit. Just
20 seconds to go. Savage sends it in on goal. Forney after for UMass-Lowell, kept in again by Savage. BC trying to get a shot on goal here with the extra attacker. Savage leaps up to try to keep it in the zone, and he did. Well played by Savage at the point, but time is running out on Boston College. UMass-Lowell sweeps the Eagles, and their hopes of at least sharing a Hockey East regular season championship still alive. They will host a quarterfinal round series here at Tsonga Center in a couple weeks.
yeah, very nice win. Very nice 2 wins as they hold the Boston College Eagles to 2 goals in 2 games. They get their 21st win of the season.
Boston College and UMass-Lowell each with 29 points. BU and Notre Dame will play tomorrow night. Notre Dame with 28 points, BU with 27 points.